So my name is Abhishek. I'm the founder of Lending Hand Foundation. And today I don't want to talk about much numbers because every reports, every website talk about those numbers. And I thought to share my own experience as a volunteer when I started and why I'm here. So today I'm talking about volunteering a dual impact model. I will be discussing how the volunteering can create a dual impact in the industry. So before I start, I want to discuss about from where I belong. I belong from a Purani Delhi, old Delhi, Delhi 7. And I grew up there. Their houses are very small. They are lean to each other. You can hear the noises from different places. And then there are different kind of violence. There are fights, and there are so many things happening. I used to stay in a house which is 100-year-old, and we have an extended family, a 30-people family. And we used to have only one toilet, a 5x4 toilet, and used to share, and there's a long waiting time. And then also when you discuss about Purani Delhi, the things comes up is the chole bhaturas, kachori, and so many things. So there, that time I was never sure that one day I will be discussing about the volunteering, because that day I was not sure what is volunteering, what we call volunteering as a definition. So I think my first volunteering experience started in 1998, 27 years back. I was in class 2nd. There was this organization called HelpAge India which came to our school, and they wanted small students to raise funds. So they gave us some documents to go back and raise funds from their family and neighborhoods. So I went to different households near my place, asking for a 5 rupees, 10 rupees, and I was able to raise 50 rupees. And I think that was a motivation. Because I got a certificate, I got facilitated, I think small shop was there. That was the time, that time also, I don't know that was a volunteering, what this organization is doing. And then when I look back, these are the receipts that I still remember. We used to organize this kind of chabil where we distribute sweet cold water. And there's a bunch of friends of us. And first discussion was always about who will get this receipt. This is generally cost 5 rupees only, but everyone has to pull 1 rupees or 2 rupees, and the discussion is whenever we get the funding, someone will get those 5 rupees back. So we used to get this donation receipt, and this is, I think, the first thing for our fundraising strategy. Now I can call it a fundraising strategy. Going to the different households, asking for a money. Generally, only 500 or 1,000 rupees will help us to create the event. I know the people are saying that we'll give you tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and I'm still confused, will they give it or not? And then I've seen people giving in cash and kind, and this is how we used to organize this event. So I think this is also an informal type of volunteering that many of us are doing. So this is my taste of volunteering before. So still there are so many definitions about volunteering, and still everyone is discussing what will be the one definition. So what I have looked at is like 4 things that are the major dimension of a volunteering. It's a free choice. It's free if you want to do it or not. There's no such pressure on you. And there's a purpose-led contribution. It's nothing in reward that is people are looking for. It's a structured participation. Even if you're going for a cleanup drive or teaching any student, there's a structure around that. And also benefit to the others. And others can also include communities, people, environment. There are different ways. So generally, volunteering has this 4 major dimensions. What I want to discuss today is what I was before volunteering. I was not as much confident. My English was so weak that because I come from a government school, all my schooling I did from a different government school. First time I entered in Delhi University in Kirodimal College, I think during the orientation day, there were around 200 people in one class. And everyone has to stand up and tell their name and then the school name. It's just 2 things. But I was confused. Will I speak or not? How they will react? So I stood up, and then I mentioned that Abhishek Saini from Rajkiya Pratibha Vikas. Still many people think that which school is this, because they were discussing about DPS, they were discussing about the DOONS, and they were becoming a different groups. And it was so confusing for them, okay, such kind of schools are also there. So that was a major, I think, confidence level. And I still remember when I go to different submitting bills, my dad used to tell me, go and talk in English. And I was like, for paying an electricity bill, why I have to speak in English? Because for them, it's such a pride. They are just 8th and 10th standard. And for them, their kid is doing study in English. For them, it's so good. And then I remember in Delhi School of Economics, there were so many interviews were happening, and every time they were saying that you are good, but English is not so good. So I received so many rejection, and I think the last company hired me, and they literally mentioned that we are taking a risk with you because everything is fine, but English and speaking is weak. And the first day of my job, I have to present about my work, and the whole night I spent on the PPT, making my old audio into a PPT so that I don't have to stand up and speak. And that day I was like, I wasted whole my time just so that I don't have to stand up and speak in front of so many people. So those are the time I used to hide myself behind those PPTs and hack so that I don't have to stand up. And this was me way back when there was no such volunteering happened to me. So one of the event that was very touching for me is I went to the old age, this children home near Tees Hazari, and we were celebrating Diwali. And there were so many kids and the volunteers, we were organizing this Diwali. And I saw one of the kid, he was not happy. And I asked him what happened, and he mentioned that I'm missing my parents. And at that time, I realized that I can't do anything for him. And for back of the mind, I realized, can I make any kind of change? But then again, I thought that even if I do 10% of it, I can make him smile. So that was a touching point, and I think this is my entry to the more formal sector, to the volunteering. In 2015, we organized this flash mob. We were representing Delhi in the Dance for Kindness, an international flash mob event where they promote kindness. And I became one of the leaders for Delhi. And that was one of the biggest event, and 800 people registered for the event. And this is the same guy who was not confident. Now he's talking to the international organization, funders, and then the volunteers organizing whole the events. And still, my wife always asks why your phone is always on. And for me, I tell her that I'm not sure when the kindness will call me at 2 a.m. And it happened when we were promoting organ donation through our flash mob event. We partnered with Organ India, and we were raising awareness about organ donation. And at night at 2:30, I got a call because my number was spread across through different posters. And I got a call that in South India, someone, their loved one has died, and they want to donate organs. And at that time, I called the organization, and within 10-15 days, we were able to organize the whole organ donation. And whole that night, I was so excited. I haven't slept that day because I thought I have achieved something on that day. And about my phone, this happened in the COVID time as well. My phone was never off because someone was looking for PP kits, someone was looking for the blood. And these are the photos when we started our first PP kit donation drive. We have donated thousands of PP kits. It's not because of us. There are so many people who donated, who supported us. And that time there were so many calls for the plasma donation and blood donation. This is the photo. I remember going from North Delhi to the South Delhi without telling my parents where I'm going. And then giving your blood. After your sample, they will call you again in the evening to come back and give the blood. So going twice during the COVID time and risking yourself as well and also the family. Yes, volunteering is sometimes risky as well. When you're standing outside the COVID ward, you will realize that, oh, I think you have gone beyond some line. But when you see people smiling, there are people using our ambulance during the COVID free ambulance services, you smile that you are able to make some contribution. So this is what I want to talk. So before volunteering, there was a different Abhishek, and with the volunteering, I realized volunteering has changed me. Rather than I am contributing to the community, this has changed me. From those old lanes, going to the international platform, doing my masters from University of Sussex, and when I went to the UK, I did volunteering out there as well, volunteering in the local festival, and for that they have given the Gold Spirit Success Award as well, and also there are different kind of appreciation. So all this, I think it's not because of the education and other things. The main thing, when I started volunteering, I started interacting with people. I started understanding how this community works and designing different kind of volunteering program as well. And this is what I call a dual impact model of volunteering. Majorly, if you look at whenever people volunteer, there is a community change. All the reports, all the website talks about this community change, how many waste we have collected, how many cleanup drives we have done. But what about the individual empowerment? What about the changes that we are making in volunteers? So it's still there are discussion how to track those impact among volunteers. And when they both combine, they go parallel and create a dual impact, and which help us to reach SDGs. And talking about individual empowerment, there are so many studies are happening, which helps, volunteering helps people to build confidence and also develop a skills, different kind of skills. Like I know I can manage a event from 100 people to 2,000 people as well. This is the skills I have learned through the volunteering only. Creating civic identity. Now I have an identity other than the Abhishek. I am recognized as a volunteer. People call anytime, anywhere. And also emotional well-being as well. Rightly, Sheetal has mentioned that when you go and volunteer, it helps you also, because volunteering is not easy. When you are in the different kind of orphanages, you see the problem, and that also affect your mental health. So sometimes volunteering helps you to improve your, and there are different testimonials. I don't want to read in detail, but these are the people who joined as a volunteers. So if you look at the Deepak was a very shy guy, and he was facing some same kind of problem. Now he has joined the Indian Army. Because of the volunteering experience and the activities he has done with us, he was able to discuss the whole story. And now whenever he is in town, he comes for a volunteering with us as well. And same with the Mehak, she started working with us as a volunteer. Now she is pursuing her education in social work only. So these are the few stories. You can hear my story because I'm here, but there are thousands of people who have this kind of stories where they are working. And this is the community impact, the another aspects of the volunteering, where we have been so many people. We have organized more than 400 of cleanup drives, and 1,000 kgs of waste we have been able to collect and recycle. So these are the impacts, and we are able to reach different kind of SDGs. But still, currently, what I feel that there is a gap in measuring volunteering contribution in India. And then the few challenges are lack of standardized definition and framework. We still confuse what is volunteering. If I am working in a, do I need a certificate from any organization to tell me that I have volunteered? Because I have been spending some times here and there. And also absence of national data. Do we have any particular data where we can see how much time we have devoted for the society? Any individual, how many hours from and when they started? Integration of SDGs. Can I see my own contribution towards the SDGs? How I'm contributing as an individual to different SDGs, because someday I'm working for education, sometime I'm working for health. There are different kind of work I'm doing. And digital infrastructure. We need a good infrastructure to collect all this data, and recognition as well. If you look at the different kind of models that is happening in, there's a China social credit system. If you look at, there's an interesting thing about the volunteering activity. We all have our credit score, which keeps changing depending upon the how much loan we are taking. Can that credit score be changed depending upon the how much time I have volunteered for the society? And also, similarly, Dubai is also looking for an e-volunteering card, where they are issuing card to the volunteers. So these are the things that different countries are talking about. And on this same concept, when I was in UK, I designed this VolCard platform, where we were talking about how in India, people can have a digital card where they can record all their volunteering work. We call it VolCard. It's a volunteering card where you can get all your volunteering data at one place, irrespective of the organization and the place you have volunteered. So this has been recognized in UK. I know there will be a failure. I might not be able to do that, but one day, I think India will have such kind of platform where you can see all kind of work any individual is doing. And at the end, I just want to have a one dream. We are talking about Viksit Bharat, and we are talking about 2047, where we'll be like 100 years. And we will be talking about GDP, trillions, and other things. And there are so many millions of people, young people here in India. One day, I think we should also count about number of kindness activity that we have done, number of hands we have raised, and how much we have contributed to the society. And I think with the time, this is, thank you.